It says the table shows the side lengths of different triangles, which are right triangles. So if you look right here, these numbers just represent which triangle it is. So we have triangle 1, 2, 3, 4. Then our lengths are these three values going across. And a lot of you, I was happy to see that a lot of you did remember the hypotenuse is the longest length. So all we need to do is figure out which one of these is C, and then put them into our calculator and see, does it say true or false? True meaning that the statement is true, and if it's true, then it means it is a right triangle. So let's take a look. This is my hypotenuse here. So I think the best thing to do with this is if you circle the hypotenuse for each one of these lines. So we got 5, 11, 13. 13 is the hypotenuse. 15, 17, 24. 24 is the hypotenuse. And 15, 20, and 25. 25 is the hypotenuse. So really nicely, all the hypotenuse, in other words, C, is all right here on this row. And then we can just call this, might as well go in order and say this is going to be leg A and this is going to be leg B. Remember, what we said on the area model is that the two little boxes are always equal to the big box. And we're looking at cubic units, or I'm sorry, squared units. So let's go ahead and set this up. So what we have is we have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we could say, okay, we got 10 squared plus 24 squared equals 26 squared. And we're going to write all of these out, and then we'll check them and see which one's false or true. So we have 5 squared plus 11 squared equals 13 squared. And then we have 15 squared plus 17 squared equals 24 squared. And we have 15 squared plus 20 squared equals 25 squared. Okay? So now we're just going to look and see these all align to these values, and we're going to see which one's true or false. And I'm going to put a T or a F right on top of it, depending on which one. And remember, when it says true, what it is, when we set up the equation, the calculator is going to look and it's going to say, well, is 10 squared plus 24 squared equal to 26 squared? And if it is, it'll say true. And if these two values on each side of the equal sign are true, it makes a true statement, in other words, and they are equal to one another, then it is a right triangle. So let's go ahead and put in the first one real quick. So what we should have done is we said, okay, 10 squared plus 24 squared is equal to 26 squared. And it says that's true. So this first triangle right here is going to be true. So triangle 1 is a right triangle because 10 squared plus 24 squared is equal to 26 squared. And for those of you who may have forgotten this and you go, well, what do you mean by that? Explain a little further. Well, let's break it up. If I do my legs just A and B and hit enter, it equals 676. And if I do 26 squared and hit enter, it equals 676. So 676 is equal to 676. That means this is a right triangle. So let's do the next one. We got 5 squared plus 11 squared is equal to 13 squared. And it says false. That means those two values are not equal. So I'm just going to write me an F on my paper. So that one's false. And the next one is 15 squared plus 17 squared is equal to 24 squared. And it says it's also false. So I'm going to put an F right there. And the last one, we have 15 squared plus 20 squared is equal to 25 squared. And it is true. So I'm going to put a T. So now that we've got that done, we can see that this one's true and this one's true. So 1 and 4 are right triangles. So now let's look at our options. 1 and 2, no, that's not true. 1 and 3, no. 1 and 4, yes. That is the correct answer. And that's all you had to do. Move this over. C is the correct answer, and that's all you had to do for problem number 1.